Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're doing good, because it's good to feel good, and I just love saying that. I really do love saying that. I don't know why, but I just do. What am I doing this video about? Well guys, you may see from the title of this video, and that is that these are my WrestleMania predictions. So yeah, WrestleMania is literally around the corner. Like, this Sunday is WrestleMania, and I am very, very excited for WrestleMania. Even excited to the fact that I'm actually going to watch it live with my friend Drew. We're going out for a night out. We're going to go watch it at a pub. And I think that's going to be an interesting experience. And because of that, I am going to be doing a live reactions video of WrestleMania. So this should be even cooler. Anyway, let's move on to the video. So WrestleMania 32, it has its ups and downs this year. I mean, there's going to be some great matches like, you know, Triple H versus Roman Reigns. Okay. How about the Usos versus the Dudley Boyz? Really? Or how about Shane McMahon versus the Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match? Interesting. Do go on. How about Kalisto versus Ryback? But yeah, you can see where I'm getting at here. And with like some of these big guys being at WrestleMania, it's a shame that there's going to be so many who aren't going to be at WrestleMania. Interestingly enough, everyone who left WrestleMania with a championship last year is now injured, or in the case of Daniel Bryan, he's now retired. But since some of these guys are not going to be at WrestleMania, here is just, you know, a look back at some of the wrestlers we are not going to see at WrestleMania. Wishing you all a speedy recovery. Hope you get back soon. Hope you get well soon. So without further ado, let's predict all of the matches so far. I'm going to be talking about what I think is going to happen in that match and who I think is going to win. So let's do this. The first match that I'm going to cover is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. This is the third annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. It's been happening since WrestleMania 30. Cesaro won it the first year, the Big Show won it last year, but who could win it this year? Well, at the moment, the confirmed names for the Battle Royal are Heath Slater, Curtis Axel, Adam Rose, Bo Dallas, all known as the Social Outcasts, Big Show, who of course won it last year, Kane, and Tyler Breeze. Now, I feel like, you know, these guys, just, you know, they're, you know, down there. Just, they're like, they're not really that main event status anymore. I mean, obviously, guys like Kane and the Big Show were main event status back in their prime, but they're not exactly there anymore. But yeah, so who do I think is going to win? Well, here's how I'm seeing it. If Bray Wyatt doesn't have any match confirmed for WrestleMania, seeing that, you know, he could have had a match against Brock Lesnar, but that of course happened at Roadblock, which in turn was turned into a handicap match between Brock Lesnar and Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt. Oddly enough, Luke Harper is now also injured. But who do I think is going to win? I'm going to go with Bray Wyatt, because, I mean, if you know, they've been screwing up with the booking of Bray Wyatt recently, and I just think, you know, this could give him something to, you know, cement his legacy or something like that. I don't know if it will, but this is something to, you know, cement him, because he's gone through 2 WrestleManias and he's lost both matches, and throughout his time in WWE, he's never held a championship. He's had no accomplishments. So this will be a good chance to give Bray Wyatt something noteworthy. Something you can put on his CV. Oh yeah, I won. So imagine Bray Wyatt just going into a job interview just saying, oh yeah, I won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal back at WrestleMania 32. The next match on my list is, I'm just going to get it out of the way just because it's easier. It's the Usos versus the Dudley Boyz. Now, I'm not quite sure about this match. I don't think anyone really wants to see this match, so I'm just going to get it out of the way and just go with the Usos. Like, I feel like, you know, how they're gonna how they've been using tables as well recently, and how since the Dudleys turned heel, they've decided, no, we don't use tables anymore. So my idea is that the Usos win, but after the match, they put the Dudleys through the tables in a twist of irony. The next match on my list is Kalisto versus Ryback for the United States Championship, and honestly, I would have preferred this to have been the ladder match of WrestleMania. I mean, the ladder match I'm about to talk about, I'll talk about that in a second. But this match could have easily been a ladder match. Like, all of those great high-flying moments, all those spots. But I feel like this should have just been the ladder match. I mean, Kalisto and Ryback, I think it may be an exciting match for Kalisto, see what he's going up against with Ryback. But I mean, I just think Ryback is really boring, to be honest. Like, no offense to any Ryback fans out there, but I think he's boring. He's very dull. I mean, he was exciting when he came back as Ryback back in 2012, and it's gone downhill. It's just it's not exciting anymore. So with this, I'm gonna go with Kalisto retaining the United States Championship. The next match on my list is the 7-man Intercontinental Championship ladder match, and this consists of Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, Zack Ryder, Sin Cara, and Stardust. So those 7 guys. Again, this match could have easily been a one-on-one match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, because if you think about it, they've got the history, they've been going at it for a while, ever since their days in Ring of Honor, and even leading into NXT. They had that feud over the NXT Championship, so I feel like, you know, they should have added on that, but I think they're going to save it, you know, for another pay-per-view. But honestly, it would have been great for WrestleMania. But still, it's good to see them, you know, going at it for the Intercontinental Championship. Maybe if it's not one-on-one, but still, it's good that they're doing that. So, who do I think is going to win this match? Sami Zayn. I have great faith in this kid. He's you know, he's just amazing. He is. His recent, you know, comeback, like at NXT Takeover London, like you know, his drive just since then. Like, I mean, he's been on NXT, he's been on the main roster, which I'm really happy to see. And I think Sami Zayn is going to pull it out of the bag and win it. Next match on this list, The New Day versus the League of Nations in a handicap match. I think you can tell by my shirt who may win that match. New Day rocks. 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 So the next match, the Divas Championship triple threat match, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks. Before I talk about who I think is going to win, let me just say that I'm really excited to see this match, just solely because, you know, it's 3 male wrestlers who have come up from NXT. You know, they've been rocking it in NXT, they've been rocking it here on the main roster, and, you know, in fact, interestingly enough, it was the 3 female wrestlers who came up during the Divas Revolution. I don't like saying divas. I just think it's quite a, you know, slandering word. I don't like it when talking about female wrestlers in the WWE, but still, it's cool, you know, how far they've come, how, you know, they've progressed since that Divas Revolution, and it's going to be cool to just see this all going down at WrestleMania. But who do I think is going to win? The boss, Sasha Banks. Interestingly enough, I saw an article recently that said no female match that's taken place at WrestleMania has lasted longer than 10 minutes. So I think this one could go on for a good 10 to 15 minutes, and it will be a great one to see between all 3 of them, and Sasha Banks coming out on top. So the next match, Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar in a no-holds-barred street fight, and this is going to be an interesting match. I'm just looking about the factors of this match so far, and I'm thinking that, you know, it's interesting that Brock Lesnar hasn't actually been pinned? Brock Lesnar hasn't actually been pinned in 3 years. That's crazy. The last time he was pinned was by Triple H at WrestleMania 29, with Triple H's career on the line. And oddly enough, that match was also a no-holds-barred match. But yeah, we're going into this match. I mean, Dean Ambrose, he's come off, you know, a loss to Triple H at Roadblock, but I think, you know, that could have been a cool match to see at WrestleMania if Dean Ambrose was the #1 contender, but still, that match just, you know, showed that, you know, he's there on that main event level with, you know, the big guys like Triple H, Brock Lesnar, just these guys. It just shows that he can go with these guys. And going into this match, I mean, he's had a lot of hype. You've had Mick Foley giving him Barbie, which is, you know, the baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire, and then Terry Funk also gave him his chainsaw, you know, back in the day when he was Chainsaw Charlie. But this is going to be interesting to watch. I want to see Dean Ambrose come out on top. Like, it's going to be a good match. I do know what I'd really like to see: another flaming table moment. I remember 10 years ago at WrestleMania 32 with Edge and Mick Foley, they had a flaming table moment. I wouldn't mind seeing a flaming table moment during this match. And of course, Dean Ambrose, I think, is going to walk out the winner. So, the next match, which I think will be the penultimate match of the night, will be Undertaker versus Shane McMahon in a Hell in a Cell match. And if Shane McMahon wins, he will take control of Raw. And if Undertaker loses, then he will no longer be able to compete at WrestleMania ever again. And then with this whole stipulations thing, I'm starting to have my doubts about this match. I feel like this match has just really lost its plot. Like, it's just this, it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. I mean, it was exciting to see Shane McMahon return. I mean, I don't think you should have faced The Undertaker, but, you know, I can't fight what WWE have planned. Although I could do one day if I had the power, but just no. But feel the power! But again, there's no story. That's the problem with this match. I mean, Undertaker hasn't explained why he sided with Vince McMahon for this match. There's just no explanation. All I would have really liked to have seen is just a callback to the corporate ministry. That would have been cool. But there's just nothing in there. There's no. It's like there's some bread, but there's no filling. Where is the filling? Where is the story? what is the plot of this match? But if I do have to come up with a prediction, then I'm gonna have to go with The Undertaker. I'm sorry, Shane, but, you know, you can have your moment as, you know, the general manager of Raw or the controller of Raw another time, but just not right now, because, you know, we're gonna need Undertaker. I feel like Undertaker's still got a little bit left in him, but, you know, it's not going to go on forever though. But, I mean, this match, it's going to be interesting, and in the end, I'm going to see The Undertaker winning this. He's going to continue his legacy at WrestleMania. And then, we have the main event. Triple H, Roman Reigns, WWE World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Now, again, this is an interesting match because it really gives, you know, them the chance to show, is Roman Reigns that guy that, you know, people want to see being the big guy? I know, not Ryback. He's not Ryback, okay? But it gives WWE the chance to see if Roman Reigns is worthy. Is he, you know, up there with the top dogs here in WWE? Is he gonna, you know, knock it out of the bag at WrestleMania? We'll find out. We'll see if Triple H can, you know, hang with him, if he can, you know, show him the ropes and just stuff like that. It's their chance to show that if Roman Reigns is a star or not. Because it's interesting how going into this match we have Roman Reigns as the babyface and Triple H as the dominant heel, but the irony is they get opposite reactions and vice versa. And obviously, I remember the Royal Rumble when Triple H came back, obviously he got that massive, you know, babyface reaction. That is, it's interesting to see when it comes to heels, but obviously it shows that people would prefer to see Triple H being the champion. And here's how I'm gonna see it: Seth Rollins going away from the Authority and becoming babyface, which would have led to a cool match at WrestleMania between the two. But obviously Seth Rollins got injured, and it just, you know, it left it in the bag. And obviously Seth Rollins is coming back later this year. So I would like to see that, but with this, I would like to see Triple H retaining the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, because if they're gonna have Seth Rollins come back, then it has to be against Triple H, and Triple H, I think, still needs to be the champion, and Seth Rollins comes back as the babyface to, you know, come back for the title. So here's how I'm gonna see it: Triple H is gonna deliver a pedigree. He's gonna deliver a pedigree. He's going to deliver a pedigree. He's going to do a crotch chop. He's going to deliver another pedigree. Roman Reigns from out of nowhere delivers a spear. And then the pedigree to end them all. 1, 2, 3. Triple H is still your WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And that's how I see WrestleMania, guys. Do you think differently? Let me know in the comments below, or if you have done a predictions video for your own, then show me it. Link it in the comment. I don't even know what I'm saying. Link it in the comments so I can see these predictions as well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I am very looking forward to WrestleMania, and I will see you there. Well, I'm not actually going to WrestleMania. One day though, I will go to WrestleMania, but for the time being, thank you very much for watching. I will see you with my live reactions coming out next week, so that should be interesting to see who actually wins at WrestleMania. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and like, comment, subscribe, and share the love. See ya!